Hello everybody, welcome to this special video for Metaphor ReFantazio. I'm Friend Will, this is Friend Will Gaming. So if, as you probably know or have seen by the stream, we've already done a little bit of grinding. So I want to just kind of go through what I did for grinding so that if you see this in the future, you'll kind of know how to grind this. So we're back at the Disgraced Ruins at the moment. And so we're going to go ahead and do some grinding real quick. So there's basically three types of grinding that you can do in the game, which is one, you can grind for archetype experience, you can grind for mag, or you can grind for gold, or whatever the currency is for this. So I'm going to go through this dungeon 3 times very quickly, and I'm going to show you how to do each one of these. So starting with this one, so if we're just wanting the archetype experience, this is how we go about doing it. So we come this way, and now I will say most of these are going to be one-shot kills for me, so since I'm at level 71, but there you go. See, Hero's Leaf of Light. Now, one thing that you'll notice with my archetypes, real quick, is that, where do I need to get to? This. So my main archetypes are all mastered out, but you don't even have to master all your archetypes out for this. You just need to have a few. Whoever your main active party does not need to be archetype maxed, but your ones in reserve do. And the reason why is because every time they level up their archetype, they get Hero's Leaf of Light, which gives you 1,000 that you can grant towards anything for this. So as you saw here, we just in that one just got the first one. So let's keep going, and I'm gonna run this dungeon basically. So this is gonna be a path here, a specific path that I take for this. And there's no enemies here, but there's about to be. Alright. So, we kill those guys, and kill those guys. And then we keep going around, and we'll kill these guys. These guys were actually pretty much one-shots the entire time. When we get to the things that are not one-shots, I will tell you which ones they are. And they're one-shots now, but when I initially started grinding, they were not for this. Okay, so we're about to get to the first thing. That is not a... was not a one-shot, at least initially. So, when you get to this hole in the wall here, crawl through this hole in the wall. And then you're going to come over here and go up the ladder. And go this way. Up the ladder we go. Alright, and now when we come up here, you get treasure chest 1. Now this first treasure chest is actually one-shottable pretty early. As you see, with that we got a Royal Leaf of Light, or Hero's Leaf of Light, and a second one from the monster itself. Now, this thing here, up until recently, was an actual fight, but now it's not. Unfortunately, when it stops being a fight, you also lose the other component, which is the one that gives you 3,000 experience for this. But that's okay. We don't need it for this version of the run. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go around here, and we're actually gonna go down. Oh, sorry, no, I messed up. Sorry, messed up my route. We're actually gonna go up, and when we go up, we're going to run into another mob that will allow us to get some XP, or get some, there you go, another Hero's Leaf of Light. Now, one of the things to note, we do get these tainted blades and these tainted weapons. They're all pretty much useless at this point in the game, but you can use them to sell for gold, which is part of the reason why I'm currently sitting at 2,218,000 gold, is I've just been selling those weapons. That's literally it. All right, so you pop back down, and we'll be back in a very familiar area. It's an area that we've already crossed over, but this is really the only time you have to cycle back through an area that you've already crossed through, which is fine, honestly, as this is the least bothersome path for this. All right, so we go this way, and oh, there's 2 more mobs. We'll just one-shot these real quick, and then we keep going down this way. So now we're headed back down to where the boss would normally be for this area. But instead, the boss is gone. So what we really need to do is there's 2 mobs that are 2 more mimics over here. Now again, we can one-shot these here. So there we go. And there we go. So we got a hero's jeweled root. We got 1 from this run for this. But in the span of a single run, if you want to see, we picked up 2 hero's jeweled roots and 7 hero's leaf of lights. That's pretty good XP for any pretty much archetype. And we did it in about roughly about 4 minutes for this. All right, so this is how to grind for archetype XP. So let's go the other route, is how do you grind for mag? So we'll leave and we'll go back to the front of the dungeon real quick. And I'll show you what we do for grinding mag. Now, I will say, the mag that we got was not terrible. It was about 8,000. But that's kind of slow when you're dealing with things that are like 22,000 mag for some of your archetypes and stuff like that. So you really want something a little bit faster for this. So, with that in mind, let's go back in the dungeon and we'll do something different. Well, actually, before we go in the dungeon, I guess I'll show this off. Alright, so my 4 main people right now are Protag, Heismei, Juna, and Yufa. And if you go into each of them and look at their skill inheritance, I gave them basically at least one thing, which is deck collection. Deck collection steals mag from an enemy, about 1,600. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're looking at multiple enemies and everything else for this, it actually collects pretty well for this. Also, Heismei and the protagonist specifically has item connoisseur, and the reason that's important is because one of the items that we picked up was, or that we created, I should say, is, where is it? Let's get down to our food. Cursed Love Ballad. A sweet assortment of fruit and vegetables that can cure even the most insufferable heartache, restores 100 MP, and cures hex for all allies. So we don't really care about the hex for all allies, but we do care about the 100 MP. So if our crew starts running low on mag, we will use this, we'll have Heismei or protagonist use this, and it'll actually bump it up to 200 mag restored. So there's 2 additional things to cast deck collection with. So now that we know this, let's go back in the dungeon and I'll show you what we're going to do instead. So obviously we can't hit the mobs, because if we hit the mobs at our current level, we will kill the mobs. So that's not something that we want to do. So let's go with the next route, which is we run into mobs and we just squat up. So let's see, we get our first mobs here, and instead of attacking, we're just going to hit the triangle and go that route. Alright, so Heismei is first up, so he will do deck collection. Deck collection. Done. Juna would do Juna actually, so Juna is my one unique one. So in order to, well, essentially what we want to do with the turns here, at least for this one, is to wrap it around so that Juna is the last person on this turn. In order to do that, we have to do something that will get her get an extra turn icon. So in order to do that, we're just going to hit Wild Arms, and because of the weakness to staffs, or to blunt, essentially, we got that. So, alright, so we're back to Protag. Protag will also do deck collection, and I'll just choose the different icon here. Alright, then Juna will do deck collection. Heismei will do deck collection again. And Yufa is our finisher, so she's just going to do Summon Deity. And since this is the last thing, this is actually basically a free Summon Deity, because she gets her mag back on enemy kill. So, there we go. And see, not really any mana loss there. Now, what we do for that is, you see, we get 10,000 mag immediately, and we're going to get the unscathed bonus, so we get an additional 6,000. So if you're really wanting to grind mag, this is the way to grind mag. And we still get another Hero's Leaf of Light because everyone is maxed out on their royal archetypes for this. Alright, so let's keep going. We'll just do the dungeon run this way, and you can see kind of where we go from here. Alright, so we're going to take the same path going through. And coming up to our next mobs, and do this. Now, different thing this turn, because Heisme doesn't have enough. So Heisme will be the one to use our Cursed Love Ballad. We'll get everybody back up to 200, or give everybody back 200. So there you go, 200, 200, 200, and 200. Miss Yufa will do the attack again, and then I will do debt collection. Then Juno will do debt collection, and Heisme will do debt collection. And once again, Yufa will finish us off with Summon Deity, and there you go. So it's probably a little bit less since we had to re-up our thing here. It's probably going to be... Oh, but we'll get another turn. Okay, sweet. So this is actually cool. So, alright, so Heisme again will do deck collection. Yufa will once again do the hit. That will give us an additional turn icon. We'll do deck collection. We'll do deck collection. We'll need to use another Cursed Love Ballad because he is below his 200. So, but this will get everybody back up. Alright, and then Yufa will finish everything off again with Summon D. So sometimes, yeah, if you get these double fights, they actually do help out a lot because both are going to still be unscathed. But now we got 16,000 mag at base, and now we're up to 25,000. So not too bad, not too shabby if I say so myself here for this. And again, we also get a tainted weapon and a tainted blade that we will be able to analyze and sell at a later point in time. But with that in mind, now you can see kind of how do we grind the dungeon to be able to get mag as well as XP as well as gold. But so with that in mind, thank you for joining me for this quick video. I'm Friend Will. This is Friend Will Gaming. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube at Friend Will Gaming. You can find me on all my socials via Friend Will Gaming as well. But until next time, goodbye everybody.